Hey everyone, welcome into the inaugural episode of Inside the Schooners throughout the off season, and we will be talking with members of the organization along with the future Schoon Squad members for this 2020-2022 season. Once again, my name is John Liuzzi, back for my second season as the Director of Broadcast and Media Relations, and our first guest on this new segment on our YouTube channel is Dennis Long, the Schooners owner, general manager, and pitching coach. Dennis, thanks for taking the time.
I appreciate it, John. Thank you. And thanks for coming back for year two. We loved having you last year. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
For sure. We got a lot to talk about here, and excitement is certainly building inside the organization and in the league. And the first topic, mainly due to that excitement, is the move to Dodd Stadium. We announced it back on January the 12th that the Schooners will be moving up to Norwich, to historic Dodd Stadium. Dennis, I know this was a big move for the organization and exciting one for you, but what kind of went into it, and why should it be exciting for all Schooners fans?
Well, no, it is exciting. It's really been like a 2-year effort. We attempted to go for it last year. You know, Major League Baseball has done so much with eliminating these minor league franchises. I think 42 in all went last year. So what we found last year is that, hey, Norwich is right in our backyard. Maybe we can partner with them. I think everything happened so quickly last year that they weren't ready to work with us. And as soon as the season ended this year, just this fall in September, the conversation started. They approached me, and I brought it up to Don Benoit, our executive director and co-owner of the team. We started talking, and as a pitching coach, it's a no-brainer. I mean, what a great stadium! Dodd Stadium has been around for over 25 years. Great pro players have been there. Great teams, great experiences. You know, as a GM, there's a lot of logistical issues to deal with, sponsorships, host families, all this kind of thing. But over time, with the help of the people at Dodd Stadium, the Norwich Sea Unicorns team has been very helpful. And we're going to share the ballpark, you know, much like the Giants and the Jets, you know, to share MetLife. So we made it work. And with each meeting, it got more evident that this could be something really special. So we're excited.
Absolutely. It's going to allow the players in the organization to have a clubhouse, just like the minor leagues, just in one of the few amenities that this move brings. But for fans, what do you can you tease a little bit of some exciting stuff that our marketing department under Alex Clemens is working on?
Well, Alex and the staff have been great. Don has been great as well. I mean, we're going to make it, we're going to try to give it a minor league flavor. You know, it's going to be in line with a lot of the minor league games were like back in the day. I mean, we're even going to go for a fireworks night. We're not sure the date yet, but it'll be early in the year. So there'll be a lot of in-game promotions. We have our Schooners staff ready to sell our Schooners gear up at Dodd Stadium. It's really kind of a great thing for us to expand up to the stadium and to other parts of the state and into other parts of New England with the move. But I think the biggest thing is it's going to have more of a minor league flavor. I mean, just the fact that you're sitting at a beautiful ballpark, you've got the concessions up top, and we've got the sky boxes. We've got groups interested in using the suites. So it's just going to be a different look, and we're hoping to keep it in that professional type of feel while knowing that it's still the top college baseball players in the country, and it's still an amateur summer league. But we're very excited about making it look real professional for the people in Norwich area and in all of Connecticut.
Absolutely. Looking forward to the new things that we're able to do within our media and relations department with Jacob and I. And one of the new things to the NECBL this year is they're moving to a 3-division structure. The Schooners will be in the Coastal Division. What excites you about the competition within the Coastal Division itself this season?
Well, the Coastal Division is going to be a tough one. You know, we've always had these rivalries with Newport, you know, the Gulls, Ocean State Waves, Martha's Vineyard Sharks. Now we have the North Shore Navigators, who were in the finals last year in their first year with us in the league. All good programs, all great towns to play in. We're very, very excited. We like to think it's going to be a little bit of a gauntlet. You know, it's tough. It's going to be a tough division. I mean, we could have we could have some, back and forth matches where a lot of the teams and the records could end up being pretty close to 500, but it's not going to be indicative of the quality of play and the quality of talent. I think a good summer league, if most of the teams are around 500, I think you've got a good league. I mean, you've got the best players from all over the country, and they're just knocking heads every night. And I think as a administrator of the league, or certainly Sean McGrath, our commissioner, when you see parity, you see a great league. I got a feeling it's going to be a lot like that, and whoever's playing the best at the end is going to probably be the one who's going to end up on top. Yeah,
for sure. Schooners will start the season on June the 7th against the Navigators at Dodd. Certainly a big opening day. But we're going to be returning to travel throughout the entire league this year, something that I'm sure you missed last year with the league just going to the north and south. But what are you kind of looking forward to that from an administrator's perspective of the players getting that experience of coming to the New England area?
Right. Didn't think much of it really because we were so last year because we were so happy just to play again. We were willing to do anything just to get the season in. So we ended up playing just the South, played the South, and the North played the North. I remember going to the All-Star game last year in Newport, and you see all of these players from the other division, and you say, man, I forgot how much talent's in this league. You kind of forget that it's a 2-division league. And we went back to our league meeting after the season. I said, man, it would be good to see the whole league again, because as a baseball fan, not just a coach, you see great talent. And just going to the All-Star game and seeing the quality of play that was in the other teams from the other division at that time, it kind of gave me the itch. And I think everybody was pretty much on the same page as far as general managers. We always wanted to give the kids the experience of at least seeing a little bit more of New England. Let's face it, you're in a bus and you're just going to a ballpark. Sometimes it's not much more than that. But there are other times, I know when we go to Keene, Phil Orby, our manager, he's always kind of made it a little routine where we go to Keene early because Keene's a beautiful college town. We'll go a couple hours early before BP, get a bite to eat, sit around, view the college town. We always make it a tradition. So, guys see, that part of New England that they maybe never would see again or never have seen. So, I mean, we make an effort to expose the guys to some of these nice towns in our league. So I think other GMs want to do the same.
I'll look forward to that, obviously, as we get to travel.
You love it, John. You haven't seen it. That's right.
I haven't seen that part yet. Last year we got, like you said, just a little restricted to the South versus the South. And obviously a gorgeous trip on the ferry to Vineyard. A few days ago, we kind of announced it on our social media handles that the Schooners, along with the Gulls, the Blues, the Westerners, and the Blue Sox, have partnered with Halloran Sage for the Halloran Sage Cup Series, a new kind of interleague competitive series with the 5 teams. It just adds such another level to the competition with the NECBL this year, Dennis.
100%. We kind of did it last year with the Gulls. Narragansett Bay Insurance Company was a co-sponsor of the Narragansett Bay Cup. So the Gulls and us, we kind of went at it back and forth. It's summer baseball, but when you have a little extra to play for, it gave us a little motivation. We all knew that it was, hey, we're playing Newport tonight for the Cup.
Yeah.
And now this year with the 5 teams in it, it'll be fun. We'll just say that we got a Cup game tonight. And the people at Halloran and Sage have been just wonderful. They're baseball people, through and through, and they're represented throughout New England. So they felt it was a great partnership. We certainly were welcoming of their willingness to help. But I think as far as the players go, they just love playing baseball. But when we throw it out there, it's always fun. When you give a competitive kid, a reason to compete a little harder, it makes for a fun season. And no matter what our records are, it'll be fun to know that, hey, this has a little extra meaning. So we're hoping to take advantage of that.
For sure. And then the first inaugural Schooners golf tournament will be happening on Friday, May 20th, at the Norwich Golf Course. Something that's been in the works for a couple years after I getting to know you guys last summer. It's going to be an exciting day for the organization, but it's also a really good kickoff event for the season as a whole.
Well, the timing couldn't be better. I mean, we've got all these different things happening this year, and what else would be any better than just maybe having a big fundraiser, a kickoff So May, we felt May was a good time to do it, to kind of get the Schooners on top of mind of all the baseball fans out there. And we've got some great help. We've got volunteers coming in, and we've got people on our staff that are excited about it. The initial response has been great. We've got foursomes already signed up. Certainly we're going to raise some money, but I think the biggest thing, and from a general manager's standpoint, is if we can get butts in the seats at the ballpark. I mean, that's the sign of a successful franchise.
Yep.
Everything comes off of that. So this golf tournament is going to probably get us as much exposure, as much as a financial boost. So we're going to be raffling off tickets. We're going to be giving away some tickets, some passes. We're going to just kind of get the Schooners name out there. And it's only 2 weeks before the games start. So hopefully we can kind of get that momentum and draw more people to the ballpark this year. I really feel confident and happy about the potential that we can bring to summer baseball in this area. And certainly the people at Dodge Stadium, the Sea Unicorns, have been great in welcoming. So we think it's going to be a great partnership.
How can someone sign up to be a part of the tournament?
The easiest way to do it now is to go online. There's a link on the Schooners website, schoonersbaseball.org. And it's easier for us to handle it on the bookkeeping side, and certainly on the logistical side. So we would welcome anybody to go to the website and really to follow anything that we do, throughout the rest of this late winter, early spring, and into summer. Go to the website, as well as any social media outlets. John, you've been great with the Twitter and with Instagram, but certainly the website's always going to have like the basic events and kind of keep you current. Not just the roster and so forth, but just any events we're trying to do. And, having a stadium like this gives us a chance to do some things we never were able to do before. Pitch has the charm of summer baseball. Personally, I was always a little bit hesitant to make the move. I loved the pure flavor of summer baseball at Fitch, at the Shipyard. The people at Fitch High School and the Board of Education were so good to us. But it's a baseball move you almost have to make. When you have a ballpark like Dodge Stadium waiting for you to use, the baseball part of it, you just have to try. And I think everybody, even in the Mystic area, in the local Groton area, said the same thing. Like even our best fans that come to Fitch all the time were saying, we can't wait to go to Dodge to see you guys play, which made me feel good because, there was no ill will, bad feeling. It was all positive all the way through the first 11 years of the franchise. But this is, I think, we're grabbing the brass ring here. We're going to go for it, see if we can really grow it. So the website's going to be the source for all the news for anything we do.
We obviously will have all the press releases and the game recaps and all the articles about to come for this season also on the website and all of our Twitter handles. So make sure to follow that. You'll see the handles down at the bottom of this video. Now, Dennis, obviously you wear many hats on the team, and one of them is a general manager and also a pitching coach. This year's staff, they returns a lot of players on the pitching side. Just to name a few, we got Jonathan Velasquez coming back, Anthony Mazzucato, Dominic Neiman, Tristan Levesque, Reed Easterly, and Sean Spazzato from last season. What was so important in bringing back that core of pitchers, along with the members of the entire roster from last season back?
Yeah, well, Stanton Luthner's coming back as well in the infield, who was a core for us last year. So having that group of pitchers back, I can only tell you from the history of the 10 years I've been here, is that we seem to have had our best seasons when we had a good core of about 7 or 8 guys back. I mean, these guys are all talented kids, responsible, wonderful kids, student athletes, but there's something about knowing the Schooner way, the way we handle the game, the way we handle our summer. Phil Orby has been here since day one, or the year 2, actually. Phil and I both came in the second year of the Schooners, and we've kind of established a good brand of summer ball, we like to think. On the baseball field, we've always had this growing success. I mean, I think our record has been the top percentage record in the last 10 years. So we've got a good product on the field. And I think what Phil has brought to the table with Don and all the other staff and our host families has brought this Schooners brand, where, if you're going to a Schooners game, or you're part of the Schooners organization, you're part of something memorable. I think it's not just the season, it's the long-term relationships that you build and maintain over years and years. That really is what our brand's about. I mean, Phil and I laugh about it. We're really not going anywhere. We're here because we love the Schooners, we love to coach baseball, and we love the guys that come through our doors. So when you get guys that know how we are, then come back the second year and tell the new guys, like, hey, these guys are really what they're all about. This is real. We're not, this is why we came back. So enjoy this experience. We seem to have our best records when we have that kind of returning group. We have our best records on the field. The summers are always good, record, notwithstanding, but we seem to do our best in the standings and playoffs when we have that core coming back. So we're definitely excited to have a core of pitchers coming back. I've been keeping an eye on all the guys. I know Tristan had a nice outing the other day. I saw Reed got in his first outing, looked real solid. So I kind of check in with him. I just give him a quick text once in a while. Hey, how you feeling? Everything's good? Yeah, we're good. So they're all excited to get back, and we're excited to see them.
That's awesome. I mean, we certainly saw the Schooner way last year with you, Coach Orby, and his coaching staff. Some of the exciting players that we have were new to the staff. Who can you name for some of the Schooner fans to look out for?
Well, we got a couple of guys. It's funny. I was excited to see we have a young guy from Seton Hall, Devin Hack. Devin was supposed to be with us last year and came up with an injury. I think he was sliding in a home plate like late in the season and got a knee injury. And you could just see, I heard it in his voice. Like you could tell he was a hungry kid, wanted to play. He was really disappointed. And it was just kind of like heartwarming to see his name back in the roster. I know Phil does most of the roster moves. Like he and I talk about it, but when I saw that he went ahead and got Devin back, I said, okay, that's a good story because this kid looks like a kid who's real hungry. So, of course, somebody like that coming back. I know we have a young catcher, two young catchers, John from St. Bonaventure, very talented, who was referred to us by one of our former players, Joel Rosenkrantz, who's in the athletic administration at St. Bonaventure. Joel called and said, hey, this kid's very talented. And that's kind of the relationship. That's kind of the Schooners family, that comes into play. Joel played with us, I believe, in 2012 or maybe 2014. And here's a guy 8 years later, still keeping in touch, said, hey, you might want to check this kid. He's really good. Jackson DeJohn, catcher. We're looking forward to getting him. John Olson, another catcher from Northeastern, I see. We keep an eye on these guys. We have our eyes on a lot of kids. And the funny thing is, John, and the reality is, and any GM will tell you, the roster today may not be the roster we see on June 7th because of various issues. Injuries, sadly, are part of it all the time. And let's face it, sometimes academic casualties come into play too, where kids need to take summer school. So we look, but we also have like a group of names that we're always kind of keeping on the back burner. And for any player that wants to play in this league that's capable of it, I always tell them, be patient because you just don't know what's going to happen. This game has a funny way of working out for people, so we're excited with who we have. We hope they all come here on June 7th. And we certainly are looking forward to seeing the new guys, but really the blend of new and veterans is going to be really exciting for us to watch. And our coaching staff too, Gary Tridier's coming back. Ray Garino's coming back. Eric Degree this year has stepped down for personal and family reasons. He's a coach at the Coast Guard Academy right now, but he did a wonderful job for us the last few years. But with Ray and Trot coming back, Phil, me, we're just excited about getting the continuity of the same coaches and some of the same players to lead into like a new brand of Schooners for 2022. So very excited about it.
Well, we're just less than 100 days out, Dennis, for the Schooners to start the new era of the Schoon Squad at the new Shipyard Dodge Stadium. Thanks so much for taking the time. Exciting times for Schooners. Make sure to look out on all of our social media handles, along with the website for all information throughout the offseason. Thanks so much, Dennis, for coming along.
Thanks, John. You have to stay injury-free too, John, by the way.
I'm going to try.
We need you here on June 7th as well.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Great.